Greetings, duelists, and welcome to another deck report. I guess we can call it that. Uh, so, in my 15 plus years playing competitively at this game, I am inclined to say I do know about this TCG more than a good amount of people. What I'm about to show you guys today is a really big abomination. And just to show you on the screen, this abomination is not a bad abomination at all. Like, yes, I did lose to two really big, good players. But outside of that, I think the deck is pretty fun. And I am here to showcase you what I came up with and why am I showing you this to you guys. So, the context behind this deck and the reason I built it is because I am testing for my regionals this upcoming weekend, and Maliss was one of the decks that I've been testing out. However, there was one really big problem I've been finding in Maliss, no matter what build of the deck I played. I even tried out Rico's list from top 16 in Brazil, and I still encountered myself the same problem. And that problem is seeing way too much engine. Like, those hands where you just see way too many Maliss cards and just not enough of your non-engine are just non-games that is pretty much inclined to just be lucky against your opponent. And my thought process was, if I'm going to be playing in that scenario or under that situation, I kind of want to try out something that is inclined to that win condition. And that's what I'm going to show you guys today. All right, buckle up, grab some popcorn. This is going to be a long one. All right, so for the monsters, one Dormouse, one Chessy Cat, two Rabbits, three Marsh Hares. That's it for Maliss. Something familiar that you've been seeing with Maliss in my deck profiles. I am playing Quantums, so I'm playing these five. This is the most minimal engine I think you could play in the deck. This is very similar to the Added Mister engine. If you haven't seen the combos involving this, go check them out in the channel. I might put it in the description. I don't know yet. Now for the weird stuff. 3 Jokel, 3 Izuna, 1 Noroi, 1 Lupus, 1 Lantern. Yep, there are K9 cards in here, and I'll explain everything later. I'm just gonna separate it right here. We have another engine. It's not over yet. 3 Primoa, 3 Gracia, 3 Solfachord. Yep, we are playing Solfachord cards in here as well. And the last 3 monsters are Jackalope, Tsushinoko, and Nessie. Hopefully, the title of all these archetypes fit in one like my video, right? We'll see. Spell cards. 3 chaotic elements, which, by the way, can actually add these two. 3 teleport. You already saw the Quantum engine. You already know why this is here. Triple case. Another consistency card. Ripple's Happiness, arguably the best spell card in the game right now. 3 Thrust, to add most of these cards. 2 Underground, 1 Terraforming, 1 Gold Sark, 1 Talent, 1 Call by the Grave, and then you have engine requirements. You have Layer 19, Malice in the Mirror, Force Release. And then you have Black Goat and the 3 Malice traps. That is the entire main deck. It is 60 cards. Extra deck. Like, you're probably wondering, how did I manage to make the extra deck for this deck? Well, I'll show you. Ripper, Jax, Werewolf. That's it for the expertise. Lingering Evo, IP, SP, Lizardos, Cherubini. The 3 Malice Queens, Grand Solfachord Colia, Access Code, Ally Code, and the last card in my extra deck is Sarjuja, the Scold Red. Alright, so, explanation time, right? What is this pile? And what is the game plan behind this pile? So, the end result of the deck is still Maliss. At least most of it should still be Maliss. If you don't get to anything that like gets you to the Maliss engine, then you just play with your other engines like the Solfachord or the K9 cards. But yeah, this is basically a combo pile with Maliss as like the backbone. I think Maliss is one of the best decks in the game that can make end boards. However, like Maliss's engine by itself is still very, very fragile. You already know that Quantums already bridge into Maliss. But here's the kicker. Quantums can also bridge into K9s. And if you're interested in that combo video, I'll actually I will make a combo video after this, most likely. But yeah, like if you do the Zaytan combo, the same Zaytan combo that makes you get to your Maliss cards, this Zaytan combo can also make Ripper. And by the fact that you can make Ripper means that you can bridge into your K9s and eventually use Sarjuja into your other engines. Now, another really cool thing about the K9s, and you can see the Quantums are also really cool from that aspect, is they both work well with Solfachord. The thing about Solfachord, and the reason I really like this engine in this deck, is it is an engine that spams out a lot of bodies. And like, after playing the deck, I kind of thought about it. Like, I should have played the Elegance, which is another one of the Solfachord spells. But what this engine does for us is that no matter if you're going first or second, you can just spam out bodies on the board, which eventually helps you to link climb into your Maliss monsters. If you pair these with your Quantums or your K9s, it's just really, really strong engine pushes. Like, your opponent has to think twice if you reveal like a Gracia with Joko. Like, that's really, really strong. Or like, and even if you just open Solfachords, they're not that bad either. Like, let's say for example you opened Solfigia and Gracia. Well, Solfigia can special summon itself if you control no monsters, or you only control Solfachords. And Solfigia can special summon the Gracia, and Gracia can add you the happiness. Like, and I think if you know about the competitive TCG right now, I don't need to explain how custom happiness is. Like, this is basically like 4 bodies into 1 or 2 cards. And this is without committing your normal summon either, which is something really strong as well. But yeah, that was pretty much like the analogy behind it. So the dangers are here because these both are level 3, so they can help make Cherubini for your Maliss plays. But more importantly than that, they're also extra bodies They are discard fodder for happiness as well. And more importantly, Nessie is a searchable target by chaotic elements. So you're starting to see that there is a lot of synergy between engines. And you're probably thinking, well, what M board is the important M board? Well, if you do everything right, the M board should be Ripper backed up by Force Release, Colia with the Solfachord and a scale, and then your Maliss setup, which is like Allied Code Talker alongside your two Malisses. I do have replays of this if you want to like check it out later. Important note, if you are playing this deck, you always need to keep Monster Zone unoccupied for Colia. That way you can use Colia's effect to negate by bringing back the Solfachord. So that's one detail to bring up. But yeah, this is basically the deck. So why am I only playing 3 K9s? So, like, Jax, Ripper, and Werewolf is pretty much all you need if you want to just play K9 as a splashable engine for other decks, while also playing like the other engines. Like, you really don't need Balon, you really don't need like stuff like that. If you're trying to do the Izuna interruption your opponent's turn, you just make Jax. Jax is also really cool because this basically turns Force Release into 2 pops. This also can make it so you can reset itself after you attack with Werewolf as well, and that did come up for me in testing. Yeah, like, if you really play enough of K9, you really will figure out that you really just don't need anything else. One other extra monster that I thought about was the Chronomaly, just as a non-monster negate for your board. But like, besides that, you really don't need anything else. Should you still play 3 Maliss traps? I'll be very honest with you. GWC06 felt very weak, like me playing in this deck. However, I kind of wanted as many effective Maliss cards as possible. So Black Goat is in here after I dueled Triff and Jib. Like, I did lose against Triff because I did not have a settable target by Thrust prior to this deck being built. So playing Black Goat in the deck means that you have a thrustable target for when you're going first. And this is really good against like Mitsurugi, or like really good into Yami. Just calling Snatchy is pretty much enough. Or just calling Murakumo and forcing them to just like do graveyard plays for it, which kind of lose to Whitebinder. So like, if you have Black Goat and Whitebinder access, you shouldn't lose to Mitsurugi like at all. But yeah, I think that's it. Like, if you've seen my past deck report, you probably already know how almost all these engines work, except the Solfachord one. Saryuja has been a staple in K9 decks, which is really good against in pile decks like this one, because it kind of fixes your hands if you draw like too much of one engine. But yeah, this is the most fun deck, quote unquote, that I built in a while. I think this deck is really cool. I'm not completely sure if I will take this to my weekend regionals. Like, yes, I only lost to only Triff and Jib, but like me losing to those two doesn't mean much. You know, again, amazing players. I just feel like most of those losses were inclined to my my choices with not engine. If you are interested in these replays, please let me know in the comments. I would do another video showing my match against those two with this very same deck, and what could have I done differently involving those matches. But yeah, I hope you found this informative to your liking and understanding. I think this is a really cool deck. Like, enough. This format is kinda degenerate when it comes to like alternate win conditions and stuff. So just finding a strategy that is really fun, like for me, it's just very refreshing. But until then, keep practicing and keep dueling.